The goals and expectations are pretty much one and the same. For me, I don't get caught up on goals in terms of like numbers and the placing of your team at conference, regionals. Certainly we have goals where we want to finish, and I think that's more of an internal thing, but the goal and the expectation is pretty clear. Every individual become a better runner and a better athlete this year than what they were last year. And I'm more a believer in the process rather than the outcomes. I think if we take care of the process on a daily basis, the outcome will take care of itself. On the men's side, like I said, we have goals in mind in terms of what we want to do, where we want to finish. The last 5 years, we've finished anywhere from 10th to 18th at the regional championship meet. And 9 years ago when I started here, I probably would have been over the moon if you tell me I have a program that would be consistently from 10 to 18 in the region, which our region's pretty big. There's 70 teams. It's the biggest region in Division III cross country. So we're certainly a very good team. We're a competitive D3 team, but now that we've been there 5 years in a row, I want to get better. And the challenge is for the guys to want to get better too. Last year we were 18th. I certainly think an improvement upon that would be the goal. I don't know that we're ready to crack the top 10 yet. This year is pretty much a rebuilding year. Like I said, during preseason, we have 9 girls in preseason camp, 5 of which are freshmen. I want to put them in a position to learn, to grow, to build some confidence, and get acclimated to college life before we start talking about results. We return our number 1 runner from last year, JT Paganelli. He got off to a slow start last year, as he does historically, but he really finished the season on a good note. So it's certainly helpful to have him come back, and I think hopefully he'll run with a sense of urgency, and this is his senior year. We also return our number 3 through 7 runners from our regional championship race. That was Spencer Lyman, Pat Mannion, Bryce Williams, Brian Michelli, and Mike Whalen. So we're set up good there in terms of returning 6 of our top 7. And one other key returner who did not run for us much of last season due to injury, illness, and just getting adapted to a new college. And a transfer student was Aaron Tesfaye. He transferred in last year, and last year was a pretty steep learning curve for him. But he had a really good track season, and I expect he would be one of our top runners this year. Key returners from our women's team, we lost our number 1 and 2 from last year, but we return the other runners, and that would be Grace Adams, Amelia Cadwell, Kathleen McCutcheon. They were number 3, 4, and 5 for us last year at the regional championship race. And one other key returner is Abby Grailinger. She's looked really good in the preseason, and she was much improved during the track season. So I would anticipate that she'd be one of our top runners this year as well. The men's team lost our number 2 runner from last year, James Hamilton. Actually, he was the only senior on the roster last year, and we're going to make up for his loss just by everybody becoming a little bit better. A couple additions we'll have is one, we'll have Aaron Tesfaye back this year healthy, and Mike Whalen, who's been one of our better runners the last 2 or 3 years, he was injured throughout much of last season. I think he didn't race for the first time until the end of the year last year, and he certainly ran at the conference and at the regionals diminished in terms of fitness. So if we have a healthy Mike Whalen and Aaron this year, I think that more than will compensate for the loss of James Hamilton. We had some significant losses, not in terms of numbers, but in terms of quality. We lost our number 1 and 2 runner from regionals. Number 2 runner was Rachel Weiss, and number 1 runner, who was a low scorer for us in a lot of our big invitationals, Julia Zielinski. She had a fantastic senior season. She placed 36, missed all region by 1 spot. She was an academic All-American through U.S. Track and Field Cross Country Coaches Association. She also finished 4th or 5th at our conference 10K outdoor championship meet, so that's a significant loss. We only have 2 freshman men, and I anticipate that one of them will be in the top 7. Colin Roth, he was number 2 in our preseason time trial, and the other, Jake DuPont, looks pretty good too. He certainly could be a top 7 contributor before season's end. The freshman class for the women's team pretty much comprises our women's team. We had 9 girls in preseason, 5 being freshmen, so needless to say, I'm counting on significant contributions from the freshman class. Just from first glance, it looks like 3 of them will be in our top 4 or 5 runners, and I anticipate all 5 will contribute significantly throughout either the cross-country season or certainly in track. We're missing a few key contributors, or people that I expect will be key contributors during the cross-country season for preseason due to injury, illness, or other unforeseen factors. So what we want to try to do is just keep everyone healthy and slowly acclimate them to college life, college running, build their mileage over the next few weeks so that we exit preseason fit, strong, healthy, and ready to tackle the rigors of the season. The two big meets for us this fall are October 8th at DeSales, the DeSales Invitational. That's a big one too, because DeSales is hosting the regional championship meet, and in my world, the regional championship meet is the season. Everything we do points towards that one day, and DeSales is hosting an invitational on October 8th, so that will certainly be a big meet. It will be a high quality meet. All the major players from the regional championship will probably attend that, so that is certainly a big race. It's a regional preview, dress rehearsal, so to speak, for the race a month later at regionals. And the other big one, like I've mentioned, it's November 12th at DeSales, the regional championship meet. To me, that's the measuring stick of our team from year to year, from one program to another.